Hello, my name is Ben.
My name is Josh.
Welcome back to FPL graduates. Welcome back to FPL Fridays. Sorry it's a little bit late. We were rushing around all over the gaff, so that we can only apologise. But we've got a great week lined up, haven't we?
Yeah, it's game week 6. It's going to be massive captaincy debate, loads of transfers going around, loads of Leeds injuries as well. So loads to talk about. We've got a great guest on though, haven't we, Ben? Do you want to introduce him?
Here he is, the man, the legend, FPL Eire. He's the man who created that unreal Twitter video for us at the start of the season. Welcome onto the show. How are you doing?
I'm keeping well, lads. Good to be back now. I enjoyed my time with John last year, so I really appreciate it asking me back on.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, so we'll get cracking straight into our teams. I'll go first because I haven't really made too many adjustments this week. It's only the one transfer for me. So yeah, I'll go add it into now. So we're starting off. Meslier starting in goal. I've had him since the start of the season. He's due a haul. It's definitely not going to be against West Ham, though. Looking rather ropey with the Leeds defence and just the team in general. We'll get into that a little bit later, though. Trent's back, hopefully, against Brentford away. Hopefully, he can create a lot of these chances that he's been creating earlier in the season. Shaw is on his last legs for me. United are this close to keeping clean sheets, and him getting attacking returns. It's just not all amalgamated into one like it has with Trent. Duffy as well, great attacking threat. He's cheap as chips. I'm well happy with him. Livramento is my transfer in this week for Simicas. Just need a bit of bench cover. He's got Wolves at home this week. So, again, Wolves have been struggling to hit the back of the net. So that could be a good fixture for Southampton, who have been defensively quite solid the last couple of games. Salah's the vice-captain. Again, Brentford away. Brentford a great defensive number so far, but I feel like this is a different test. So I expect Liverpool to do well. But, again, Brentford have played well, so they might upset Liverpool. Who knows? Bruno's still in there. I don't know how he's surviving this long. Like, I expected him to get him out for Ronaldo. Then Son got injured, and now he's still here. But I'm not complaining. He's so low owned, and the quality that he has, I'm very happy with it. Sarr's in here after his 15-point haul last week. He's got Newcastle at home this week, and I'm buzzing for it. He looked so dangerous last week. Could have had a lot more than 15 points, to be honest. Ben Rama's in there, leads away. I'm hoping he just covers Antonio. That's all my hope is. Please cover Antonio. Ronaldo's on the captaincy. He's most likely to score a goal this week out of everyone. So it's easier said than done to put him on captain. At Aston Villa at home as well. Expect us to get a few goals. And then Jimenez, sure, it's going to go one or two ways. Either Livramento's keeping a clean sheet or Jimenez is going to score a goal. Either way, I should be happy. And then on the bench, we've got Ayling, who's a bit of a doubt. Him and Rafinha are sort of like 50-50 last time I knew in Bielsa's press conference yesterday. So, again, I'm not really bothered if he doesn't play. And then Billy Gilmore, the bonus point magnet, is also on the bench just in case. What are you thinking, boys?
Good team, yeah. No, the only thing I'd be saying is no Antonio is you're a brave man to be going without him, and then you're probably even braver to be keeping Bruno Fernandes. But as you said, you've Ronaldo in there, so as long as you've Ronaldo, I suppose you can afford to have him in there. But yeah, no, I'm liking that. It's fairly even enough team there from defense to attack, and you're like me as well. I think you're losing patience with Jimenez. I've had him since game week 3 now, and if he doesn't score now, I think I might fly over to Wolves and score a goal myself for him. But hopefully now this weekend he surely gets one. I think just all he needs is one goal, and then that'll be his confidence back then. But Johnny, you have a nice differential there with he probably isn't even a differential now. But Sarr is a good shout. He's a lad I don't own this week now, so I'll be keeping an eye on that Newcastle game, because I think all the injuries that Newcastle have in the defence now, Sarr he'll probably be kicking on again from last week. But yeah, apart from that though, yeah, just only issue is Antonio, and yeah, good captain shouting on Ronaldo. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm interested to know though, Josh, who's your goalkeeper on the bench? Is it Foster?
Yeah, Ben Foster.
So it's interesting that you've put him on the bench.
I hadn't actually thought about that, because Batman's obviously still a doubt, isn't he? So
yeah.
It's
interesting because we got the same goalkeeper, so it'll be interesting to see when we go onto my team, my thought process behind it. But yeah, I like the team, very solid. Ismail Sarr should do the business this week against Newcastle. Again, I think Bruno, he's that far away, from outscoring Ronaldo in a game week, and hopefully that happens this week. It's bound to happen at some point, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, very, very good team.
Awesome. So we move on to your team, Ben, and then we'll save the best for last. of FPL Eire. Let's have a look at yours.
Right, so I'll just get my team up now. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yep.
We got
You see the top of it. So I've actually gone with Foster in goal. Newcastle at home is a better fixture for me than Melier with none of his defenders left. So I've taken that one. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw on the fantasy football fix that he was going down in price. I don't know if he actually has. I haven't checked. So he did. So it's frustrating he's gone down, but it's good that owners are getting rid because they're underestimating that boy. Luke Shaw on defence, probably his last game in my team for me before bringing in a Chelsea defender. Livramento, Duffy, same as usual, please lads, just get the 5 points and that'll be tasty. Ben Rama in the midfield there against Leeds could be very, very good. Salah captain. I think if I had Ronaldo, I probably would go him captain. But Salah, you got the goals and you've got the assists. I think assist potential for Ronaldo is a little bit less than the assist potential that Salah has. I know you guys will probably agree, but then again, Ronaldo's got that capability of scoring more goals. Rafinha, I'm hoping that he plays. If not, it's not the end of the world. On my bench, I've got Ben White, Sissoko, potentially kind of deciding between which one of them I want first. Bruno Fernandes as vice. And then Lukaku up top with Antonio. Lukaku's a bit of a risk, but I transferred him in to get ahead of the curve. He had a price rise, and that's what my team's looking like. FPL Eire, what are your thoughts?
First off, no Ronaldo. I'd be very brave man going to come out this week now. I'm going to get on to him after, but 10 shots in his first 2 games, 7 on target, and Josh will agree with you. If you're watching the United game, everything flows through him. He has to have a touch. He's always on into something. But Salah captain, I'm 50-50 at the moment now on my captain. But sure, look, has he blanked at all? Only once this season, Salah, so you can't really argue with that. And then I can chat about it later on as well. Though, I'm in the same boat as you with Rafinha. Annoyingly, I took out Benrahma last week, brought in Rafinha. I was a happy man Friday night when he scored because I didn't think West Ham would get one against it. Well, maybe, but they might have, but not him anyway. And then he got that fluky deflection goal. But I want to see if there's any leaks or anyone of those in the nose if they give any news on Rafinha. But I know you're solid. Your head, as you said there, you're head of the curve there with Lukaku. I'm going to probably reluctantly get rid of Ronaldo. Game week 7, game week 8 for Lukaku for Chelsea's fixture swing. But who did you say you have on the bench? Sorry, your keeper. Was it Meslier you said? Or?
Melier on the bench, White, Sissoko, and then Obafemi as well, who isn't in the game anymore.
Fair, probably dead right there, putting Foster in. It was 3 points last week. You got that save point. And probably big chance he could get a clean sheet now this weekend. Looking good, Ben.
Yeah, decent. Right, we'll get on the last but by no means least, saving the best till last. FPL Eire. This is your team this week. Talk us through it.
Sound. 2 secs there now. So in goals we've Sanchez there, Crystal Palace away. Probably won't get a clean sheet there, but you're kind of putting to my head now. Maybe I should be going for Foster, but that's not locked in yet. But we'll decide on that later. Then going on to the fence there, Trent, as you said earlier, I think it's over 190,000 managers got rid of him this week. He hasn't blanked all season. Fair enough. Liverpool only conceded once against Chelsea, and he got 2 bonus points that game. So I don't know why they're getting rid of him. Probably just in frustration they got rid of him. Shaw, probably. I'm hoping we get a clean sheet. I know we've only got 1 clean sheet this season, but if not, he might get a cheeky assist there. Cody, annoyingly enough, went for Cody over Marcel on my wild card. And of course, then Marcel got 2 assists. But he's been looking kind of dodgy enough, Marcel. If you watched that Brentford game last weekend, he pulled down Tony, and he had a few kind of stray passes. But Cody was just there for a 6-point ceiling and kind of the nailness with him being club captain. So that's the defence. Then on to the midfield there. Few issues here now. Jota, I'm going to give him one more week now. He's been fairly frustrating to know the last 2 weeks, skying that 2-yard chance over the bar. If he got that easy, it could have been an 8, 9, 10 pointer. And then even the Leeds game, if Mane had his shooting boots on that week, could have been another haul. So kind of missed out on 2 double-digit hauls there. But what can you do? Firmino coming back in as well, so I'm hoping just Jota will start this weekend, 60, 70 minutes, and he might steal the show off Salah now, because I'm actually sorry that's meant to be on Ronaldo there, but I'll switch that fairly quick. Then Salah, as I was saying, he hasn't blanked all the season, but bar one game, sorry, but definitely a solid chance of an attack return there. And Greenwood, hoping out all the kind of phrases on Ronaldo, all the kind of spotlights on him. So hopefully Greenwood might get up an assist, setting up Ronaldo, maybe getting a penalty, and Ronaldo steps up to take it ahead of Bruno this week. And then we Rafinha there, then 50-50 whether he's going to play or not. I'm reluctant. I want to hold me transfer this week now, because a lot of people are going to be wildcard in Game Week 7, Game Week 8. So I want to get those Chelsea defenders in, or Chelsea attack with Lukaku. So hopefully Rafinha can pull through there. And if he does play, I could see, even though Leeds all they're missing, I could see them getting one against West Ham, and with all they're missing, hopefully Rafinha will be on the end of one. And then up top, then Jimenez, lads were saying earlier on, surely he gets one this weekend, or hopefully, I'm hoping to God even just an assist, I'll take it at this stage, no more than yourselves. And then Antonio, he's a good differential pick now for a captaincy, with a lot of people going Ronaldo and Salah. I think there will be a lot of goals now in that Leeds and West Ham game, but I don't think I'll be putting the armband on this week. And then of course Ronaldo, as I was saying, 10 shots in 2 games. Doesn't matter, it could be a flap of a keeper. I know Martinez might be the one to do it this weekend, but if he's getting that much output, there's no reason why you shouldn't be giving him the armband this week. And then on the bench, then just scrolling down, Duffy Williams. I'm fairly reluctant to play Duffy, just because of Wolves of the Brighton cover there anyway. But Duffy could easily get his head on anything. Anyone, if there's any Irish people watching, they know how good he's in the air, and he managed to get an assist last weekend. But that's how I'm shaping up at the moment. Ronaldo captain, and just the main kind of thing is hopefully Rafinha plays this week.
Yeah, it's a really nice team. You sort of got unlucky with a couple of your decisions with like the Jota pick, because going into it, everyone was like, yeah, we need, like, even I thought Jota was like one of the must-haves, and then luckily for me, who I didn't own, he didn't return at all. He had that 0.99 XG chance last week, and he still managed to miss it. So I expect him to get something this week. It's just a matter of time, really. Similar with Jimenez, like we've seen, he's like literally like this close to getting like an assist or a goal, and it's just not quite there. What's your thoughts on the FPL Eire team, Ben?
Yeah, I like it, but again, for me, not having a Chelsea player yet adds just that element of risk, knowing that one injury could scupper you having the chance of a Chelsea defender or attacker. So that's one to bear in mind. I think you should be all right with your team this week. Let's see how it pans out next week. Do you have you said you've already used the wild card, right? Yeah.
I had a few issues. I started off with, annoyingly enough, with Barnes over Benrahma, and then I had a few kind of niggles on the bench. So I just hit the wild card. I was either, I'm not that fond of taking hits now. So when I wanted to get Ronaldo in, it would have been a -8 to get him in. So I just hit the wild card. I want to get rid of Tsimikas for Jota, and unfortunately that didn't pay off now, the Jota pick. But I'm going to bank the transfer this week now, and hopefully then I have two for next week, and can kind of do a small mini wild card then. But
yeah, I like the plans there. Pretty safe then. If you know what you're doing, you've got the plan set in stone, hopefully barring any sort of other issues. But it is a very, very strong team indeed.
So
awesome. Right. So we'll move on to the next section. We're going to be discussing a little bit about captains, I do believe, Ben, aren't we?
We could do. Oh, do you want to do? We could do. But I've had enough.
Getting ahead of myself.
We're gonna do a bit of test our guests. Josh, run us through the rules quickly.
Right, as I was getting ahead of myself, FPL Eire is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as he can about Man United / FPL related questions. So it could be about anything really. Ben's been throwing a few curveballs this season compared to last. So I just want to warn you, get your seatbelt on, mate, because you're going to need it.
Be nice, Ben. Be nice now.
I've got the clock ready.
As per usual, think you know it in the comments. Please make sure to comment, see how many you get. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Ronaldo is the most likely to return this game week, according to Fantasy Football Hub. But who is the second most likely to return?
I'm going to go Rondon.
Vardy. Which Manchester United asset has the most FPL points this season so far?
Surely Ronaldo. He's
Bruno. In West Ham's 2-1. In United's 2-1 win over West Ham, which Manchester United player scored the most FPL points in that game?
De Gea.
Lingard. And how many points did Lingard get?
8. So did you get a bonus when he came on?
7.
7.
Ronaldo is the most owned Manchester United FPL asset, but who is the second highest owned?
Shaw.
Correct. How many clean sheets have United kept so far in the league?
1.
Correct. Who is United's top scorer in the league so far this season?
Bruno.
Correct. Only one United player has received more than 2 yellow cards this season. Who is it?
Maguire.
Pogba. Is that a minute? Oh,
yeah.
That was a practice one, Ben. Yeah, that was a practice one.
He managed to pick it up at the end. He got 3 points, which is actually quite good this season. They've seen the standard drop a little with the questions getting harder, so that you should count yourself proud of that one.
I think that's one of the best we've had this season so far. If I'm being completely honest, 3 is actually, not bad to go with.
I want to sound too harsh on your guess, though, because that was a shocking round. So.
Yeah, so right, we are going to move on to captains now. Obviously, we did discuss our own captaincy picks. There's reasons for and against. Obviously, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a straightforward week either. Even with Ronaldo, Salah is becoming an option, and obviously, if you do own Antonio, differential-wise, he's the go-to pick. What would your case be for Ronaldo FPL ahead of Salah and ahead of Antonio?
Yeah, just the fact the home kind of advantage there. There's a Mike Dean reffing as well. He loves to give away a penalty as well, and hopefully it'll be answered this week if we get one. Who's on the penalties? Probably you want it to be Bruno, I'm sure, because you have him in your team. It'd be a nice differential at the moment, but hopefully Ronaldo. We should have had one last week against West Ham before West Ham went up the pitch. But no home advantage. Just watching United, especially last week, everything was flowing to Ronaldo. Every attack he was involved. Whatever, what was it, 5-6 shots he had in the target. There's not much. Salah, fair enough. It's I suppose Brentford are a promoted team, but they look fairly solid at the back. Didn't have a proper test as of yet, but I'm hoping this week it's Jota's week ahead of Salah if I'm going Ronaldo. And then you've obviously Antonio. I just don't have a great history of captaining Antonio. I captained him last year against Fulham when he blanked, so it's probably just I'm kind of reluctant to captain him over that, and obviously I didn't captain him game week 2 or 3. I went for Bruno away to Wolves, but Ronaldo, I'd say he's going to be the most captain this week, so probably slightly playing it safe. But home advantage, shot accuracy, shot on target. That's the kind of main way I'm thinking anyway.
Yes, I think I have to agree with you. Just answer a quick question in the comments. We do the questions at the end. Don't you worry. We do see your questions. Just hold them until the end. So, yeah, again, Ronaldo, he's interesting because I wouldn't say he's had a massive haul yet. Like, that Newcastle game was decent, don't get me wrong. But from Ronaldo standards, we're expecting, like, a hat-trick. And also, I can't believe that we're having to wait until game week 6 to see if who United's penalty taker is. Like, Come on, give us a penalty already, man. Ben, go on, your Salah's corner. Fight it for me.
Assist potential is my words that I've got to say. Yes, Ronaldo's a good finisher. He's a good striker, but you've got to bear in mind as well, if we're looking at hauls, like Salah won't need as much to get a better haul, because obviously he still gets the clean sheet points. He still gets more likely to get an assist, more points for the goals. So that's what I'm looking at for this way. But to be honest with you, if I had Ronaldo, it'd probably be the safest one to go for this week, simply because, Salah's away at Brentford, whereas Ronaldo at home, we've already seen so far this season how big of an impact fans have had coming back. Home advantage is a big thing. So, I'll fight Salah's corner because I have him, but I think Ronaldo is very much a standout captaincy choice this week.
Yeah, I think he's like 63%, if I'm right, chance to score this week, which is the highest out of anyone in the league, as I mentioned earlier. So I think we're renowned all around. Ronaldo's best captaincy option. It's going to be interesting with Antonio. I think that West Ham Leeds game is a game that I've got to keep my eye on, because I just want to see how Leeds play, because they are without so many players. So surely Bielsa has to change his style of play in order to accommodate that, you'd have thought. But we'll move on to the next segment, Ben.
Yeah, so we'll move on to this next segment, the final segment of the video, I believe, and that is going to be questions. So if you guys have any questions like this one that we've got right here, please make sure to comment them, and we'll spend the next sort of 5 minutes or so answering questions. Football Glory TV, Livramento or Ricardo Pereira this week, or does he play both 5 at the back? FPL Eire, what are your thoughts?
As I haven't even been looking at Leicester the defence assets. Has Pereira been playing all season? I know they're playing Burnley at home. If he's been playing most games, yeah, I'd do him over Livramento. I can see Wolves sneaking one. That did a bad loss last weekend. Yeah, so it all depends if who's he bench. Is he playing 5-3-2 or 5-4-1 or what? I'd lean towards playing the attacker. I know Livramento is a so-called 4.1 million striker, but I just feel Wolves will get one this weekend. So yeah, if Pereira has been playing solidly enough the last, with minutes wise anyway, I'd start him for the Burnley game anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Right, we'll choose another one. Let's go with right wings. He's going to wildcard game week 7-8. Is it a must to use a transfer this week? So obviously we're in game week 6 this week. Ben, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, so when you play the wild card, if you have 2 free transfers, you lose those as free transfers essentially, so they don't carry over. And the following week you will get 1 transfer. So if I were you, I'd probably make the transfers you want to make before the wild card. Don't leave any in the bank, so to say. And then when you want to wild card, when you've got it set in stone when you want to wild card, make sure you don't have like the 2 free transfers. Maybe if you just work it out so you have 1 going into it, and then you lose less free transfers effectively.
Yeah, totally agree with that. We're going to have a look. This is an interesting one because obviously we're talking about Ben Foster playing Newcastle, who are obviously they haven't got Callum Wilson. They're not looking as potent, but they have been scoring in the past couple of weeks. So should this guy, IRS 17, should he bring in St. Maximin FPL?
Is that kind of bogey player? You don't know how he's gonna perform. I to be honest, I wouldn't. I don't fancy Newcastle without when they're missing. I know they played Leeds last weekend and he scored. He got 9 points. But no, he's a real lad. You can't be relying on every week. Fair enough. He does a show for the fans in the crowd, but not in FPL terms. I can't see him returning every week. No, I wouldn't. To be honest, there's decent options as well. You have Armstrong around that. You have Pookie. Even Ivan Toney, but not the fixture at the moment for him. If you're wildcard, and go back to that question as well, if you're wildcard and say game week 7, game week 8, he might be a nice punt for 2 weeks if you're gonna afford the transfer. You don't need it anywhere, but not certainly in the long term. I wouldn't be bringing him in. No.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think there's for that price, especially I think Armstrong's fixtures they're starting to turn. So yeah, I'd probably look towards another option. He's just not reliable, as you mentioned. And last season he was 5.5 million midfielder, but he quickly became a non-option after being a must-have at the start. I think we'll see a similar trend. We're going to answer this one. Best Chelsea defender going forward. Obviously, Ben, you've mentioned this a lot with Luke Shaw maybe coming out of your team next week. Who have you got your eyes on specifically?
Currently, I think in terms of the most nailed Chelsea defender, it's Rudiger by far. In terms of the highest ceiling, it's got to be between Alonso and Reece James. Obviously, we got that Chilwell issue. Does he come back in? No, Alonso's playing really well at the moment. And Reece James, obviously a rotation risk, but he plays like 80% of the game. So I think your best bet if you're talking about sort of assets is probably Rudiger for the minutes. If you want to like ensure the minutes as well, but you're not getting a player in that's maybe going to get as many goals or assists, you look at Christensen. And then if you want to get those attacking returns, Reece James and Marcos Alonso, one of those two are probably the boys to go for. But yeah, as I said, like all of them have a case to be made. It just depends on your budget. If you're looking at someone sort of cheaper, you gotta look at Christensen.
Just on that as well, Ben, I've seen Thiago Silva was called up for the Brazil squad. So I think that's game week 7 going into game week 8. So if he misses out, with the kind of red zone, you have Christensen there that can hop in. Just keep an eye on that. Maybe whoever's wild card and Christensen could take his spot if he can't play, if he's in quarantine and whatever.
Yeah, I've also seen a stat floating about that. Like when Christensen started, he's kept like 37 clean sheets in 40 odd games or something, which is absolutely insane. Ridiculous numbers. But we'll move on. This is going to be an interesting one because I think you own Sanchez, FPL Eire. Would you start Foster or Sanchez? I know you were thinking about it a little bit, but have you had any more thoughts about it?
And I think I probably might stick with Sanchez, to be honest. I know Foster might probably play, but I prefer the Brighton defence. I think I could be wrong in saying this, but I think Leicester had a 0.22 expected goals before that Vardy goal went in. So they were fairly. I know that a few disallowed goals, whatever. But in terms of trusting the Brighton defence or trusting the Watford defence, I'd probably lean towards the Brighton defence ahead of that. And even the fact that I'm benching Duffy. If they keep a clean sheet Monday night, then and have Sanchez and Duffy on the bench and Foster's a 1 pointer or something like that, I'd be kicking myself. Just on that basis, if you don't have any other Brighton defence, probably just. But sorry, Sanchez. Yeah, I'm going to go back to myself. Yeah, no, Sanchez.
Right, so I'll take one more. I will take this one because this guy was wanting his question answered. Ryan Anderson, he has Bamford, so he needs a replacement. I'm not sure how long Bamford's out injured, if one of you guys knows. But he also wants to do Jota to Sarr. Is it worth the -4? We'll go to you, Ben, first, and then we'll come to FPL Eire afterwards.
Oh, it's a tough one. I'm going to say it's a no from me to take the -4. I think you could keep Jota for this week happily with that good fixture against Brentford. I don't think Firmino starts this week. I think he has an impact off the bench this week, as we see with Klopp. He might not rush players back in. So I would just do the Bamford replacement now and kind of focus on getting that Bamford replacement right, and then don't take the hit on that one.
Go on, FPL.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. I think I seen, was it Ben Dinner or something, said that Bamford could be out for 2 to 3 weeks, but don't quote me on that now. I think I seen somewhere on Twitter that he's out for that long. But then going looking at the -4, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Klopp said Firmino should be okay for the weekend, 100% for the Champions League, so that probably means he's going to start him in the Champions League. No, but I wouldn't get rid of Jota this week. There's an easy chance he could haul, as Ben said earlier on, the assist potential maybe towards Jota this week. But yeah, no, I wouldn't do the -4 on that, no.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I think you can, if you don't have Antonio, go for Antonio. He's surely going to get some goals this week. But that wraps it up, doesn't it, Ben?
Yeah, that wraps up another episode of FPL Fridays. We thank you for watching and we hope you've enjoyed. As always, FPL Eire, make sure to check him out. We've left all of his links down below. Some great content, and Josh is going to be going live with him on Instagram later at 9 p.m. UK time, so make sure to go check that out. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Ben.
I've been Josh.
And I've been FPL Eire.
And we'll see you guys
later.